and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about my favorite foundations, liquid, powder, stick, and my favorite setting sprays. So I'm filming a lot of favorites today. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into the favorites. So first I'm going to start out with my two favorite not full coverage. Yes, I said it, not full coverage. So I'll start out with the least coverage, and that would be the Colorpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. So this tinted moisturizer I have found works the best when you apply it with a damp sponge, and that's how you will get like the most even, fullest coverage that it possibly can give you. It is a tinted moisturizer. I've been using this a lot lately because I have been self-tanning at home. The sun has finally started coming out, so I don't like a ton of sun exposure because it's really not good for your skin, and I also have tattoos, so it'll make your tattoos fade. It's not really that good for your tattoos either, so I do prefer to self-tan, and this tinted moisturizer works really well because I do so much skincare to my face that even if I self-tan my face, it goes away pretty fast. This tinted moisturizer is so good. It was a recommendation from one of my friends, so shout out to Soraya for telling me about it. Next up, I do have the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. So this is a satin finish. So it's not super full coverage, but it does give that nice dewy finish to the skin. It's like your skin, but better. Not super full coverage. It says that it is medium and buildable, but I do really like this. I have it in the shade Vanilla because I do have yellow undertones, so this is like a nice golden undertone. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. So I did get this darker one on clearance. It was only $5. But it was a little bit too dark for my skin, and so I ended up mixing it with a lighter one. So I have the shades 127 and 118, and I mix them together. Like I said, because I do self-tan, my skin color does change, so I do like to make it match my neck and my chest, and sometimes it gets a little bit deeper, sometimes it's not as deep as it starts to fade. So I found that mixing these foundations works really, really well. It is a phenomenal full coverage. It is actually what I'm wearing on my face today. I love them so much. This is a phenomenal foundation. If you haven't tried it already and you love full coverage foundation that doesn't move around, that is very long lasting, highly, highly suggest the Maybelline Superstay. Next up, we have my all-time favorite, as you can tell, because it is getting low in the bottle, but don't worry, I have two backups. That is how much I love this foundation. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect liquid foundation. I have been using this for years. It is definitely one that I will continue to use and keep using, and I love it. It smells pretty good. It doesn't smell super fragranted. It doesn't make my skin break out, but it is a really nice full coverage foundation, and I love my full coverage foundations. Next up, I have the Makeup Revolution stick foundations. So these ones I have in the color F6, which is like my natural skin color with no tanning. And then I do have F13. So I was watching one of Tammy Clark's videos, and she actually uses the Makeup Revolution stick foundation for like cream contour and cream bronze. So I ended up buying it as well, and I can say it does work really well. I love pairing these together, so when I plan on using this for like a cream contour or cream bronzer, I will pair the regular foundation with it as well. I think it works super well. It is very full coverage. It doesn't make it cakey. You don't need a ton of product. Like, less is more with this one, guys. But I love it, and I don't see myself going through this darker one anytime soon or very quickly at all. I feel like I'm going to have it for a very long time. As you can see, it is very, very dark, but it is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. And then also for Makeup Revolution, I have the Conceal and Hydrate and the Conceal and Define. Now, I love both of these foundations. They aren't the longest lasting, so when I know that I'm gonna have like a 15-hour day where I need to do my makeup at like 5 a.m. and I'm not getting home till like 8, I won't go to one of these. But if I'm just, if I don't have anywhere to go after work, if I'm just going to work, or if I'm just going to like a family event for a couple hours like Thanksgiving or something, I will use these because they are a beautiful finish. I've just noticed that for me personally, they don't last the absolute longest. The Conceal and Define is on a giant doe foot. That's the type of applicator that it has, but the Conceal and Hydrate does have a pump, just for reference. Both of them are very full coverage. Both of them give a very nice finish. I really do enjoy using both of them. The Conceal and Hydrate does have more of like a satiny finish, and it does say it's medium to full coverage, and the Conceal and Define straight up says it's a full coverage foundation, which I have found to be true for both of them. This one is buildable, but the first layer I have found covers enough for me to say that it is full coverage. For powders, I don't have that many because I don't really use that many. The first one is the Coty Airspun, and this is a full coverage loose face powder, and it does work really, really well. I love to use it with my Blendiful, my Tati Beauty Blendiful. I've noticed I can just like dip it and get the perfect amount of powder on my face. It is a very full coverage powder, so it will like fill in pores without like caking on. It doesn't look cakey. I found that it looks really nice on the skin. I really like the way that it ends up looking on my skin, and it's $6 at Target. Can't really beat that. Then I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. Now this is one that I do like to take with me to do like any kind of touch-ups if need be, or if anything starts to happen to my face. Sometimes I do touch my face even though I know you're not supposed to, but you have like an itch or something and you end up like scratching away your makeup because you did it too aggressively. It happens to me a lot. I love to use this powder for touch-ups. It matches my skin tone really well. I have the color 824E Warm Beige. Next up, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I have the shade 15 Light. This is a beautiful loose powder. It works so well. I love it. I love the Maybelline Fit Me line. I think it is a phenomenal line. I love how much powder you get in this thing. Like, there is quite a bit of powder in here. For setting sprays, I have the Milani Make It Dewy and the Milani Make It Last. These two are my ride or die favorites. I broke the cap for this one, that's why this one doesn't have a cap, but this one, it gives me like that really nice dewy finish and it lasts a long time. I have noticed that the Milani Make It Last, this one really does make my makeup last longer. I have done test wears where I have done a full day without using any setting spray and then using this one or using different ones, and these two really do make your makeup last all day. It says that it is 16-hour wear. I shouldn't say never. I have rarely ever worn my makeup for that long. Typically it's like 10 to 12 hours, but I have noticed a significant difference when I use these versus most of the other setting sprays that I have tried. Then I have the NYX Professional Matte Finish long-lasting setting spray. You can see that there is foundation in the cap. I did accidentally get that messy, so I do need to clean it, but this gives a really nice matte finish to the skin. I've noticed that it makes like any kind of, my face looks a little powdery, it does melt it all in, it does make it look really smooth. I do really enjoy this setting spray as well. And then I have the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I love the feeling of this on my face. I love the way that it makes my makeup look. I love how, essentially, my point about setting sprays is I want my makeup to last, and I also don't want to look powdery because I do powder my face and I don't want it to look like I powder my face. I just want my face to be this smooth, nice, beautiful, flawless canvas. I actually used this one today. I can't rave enough about this one. I love it. Then for the very last thing is the Colorpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Now this is also a mister. It feels so good on your face. And I actually had to go grab this out of my purse because I carry this one with me, and it's like a makeup refresher spray is how I use it. Because sometimes, like, if my face, I have really dry skin, so if my face starts to like feel dry or like it's cracking, or like if I'm uncomfortable, or even sometimes it gets itchy because I am so dry, I have such dry skin, that I end up using this to like refresh my face. Even sometimes at work, if I'm just like bored, I'll refresh my makeup at my desk. I just really love this spray. It is a great refresher spray. It makes my face and my skin feel so nice. It refreshes my makeup, gives me back like that dewiness that I lost throughout the day. I really, really love this, and I'm gonna go put it back in my purse before I forget. Alright, so those are all my favorites, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!